Hey, this is Brian. Thanks for watching Kies Motorsports. If you like our videos, be sure to give us a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification. Today, we're going to be adding some power to this beautiful BMW 330 with the B48 motor by adding a JB4. Now, if you're not familiar with the JB4, it's essentially a piggyback. It's going to give you some plug-and-play power. Now, on this bone stock B48, we're going to add about 50 horsepower. So basically, there's three connections. You have your T map, which is the rainbow patch. Then you have your map, and then you have your OBD, which is going to give you your can reading. Let's get started with the installation. First thing we need to do is remove this motor cover. So to do that, all you need to do is just gently lift up. And if you look right here, it has a couple of these rubber grommets and they pull right off. Then what you're gonna do is take a 10 millimeter, and there are these plastic nuts. You just twist them 90 degrees. You grab this little loop over here. There's a grommet that holds that in place, and this entire piece will slide right off. Now for the first part of the installation, I like to run this wire. This is the OBD2. As you can see, it's gonna hook right in, and then this wire needs to go through your firewall. So what we need to do is we need to get access to this little grommet right down here. Now while we're up here, what we need to do is we need to cut a very small hole in this grommet. Now I don't like to personally push it in because I did that with an old 328 that I used to have with the JB4 on it, and I ended up getting a little bit of water in my car because it wasn't properly sealed up. So what I'm doing here is I am just going to cut a small hole with my long pick tool, just big enough to get that wire through. Once we're done, what we're gonna do is we're gonna silicone it up to make sure that it's watertight. So as you can see, we have a very small hole that's just big enough for our wire. Then what you can do is if you have a big pick tool like this, or maybe a coat hanger or another piece of wire, just pop it through this grommet, and then what we're gonna do is when we're on the inside of the car, we're gonna take the wire, electrical tape it to it, and it's gonna be easy to pull it out. Now what you need to do is get a 10 millimeter long socket. There are just two 10 millimeter nuts underneath here. One is on the left side, and then there's one on the right side. Okay, with those removed, all you need to do is get your hand in here, just very carefully slide it across, and then this entire piece of trim is going to slide down. Okay, just like that. Now at this time what you can do is you can disconnect the light and also the speaker, and you can pull this piece completely out of the car. So if you look right here and right here, these are the locations that we removed those 10 millimeter nuts. Now it's a little tough to get the camera in there, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape this wire to my wire feeder, which happens to be my pick tool, and then we'll show you what it looks like. Then what you can do is very carefully pull it through the grommet. At this point, everything is pretty much prepped and ready to go. We're ready to disconnect the sensors. Now, before you do that, what I like to do is disconnect the negative terminal of the battery. So to do that, remove this cover, and then remove the terminal that is towards the rear of the car. And then just push it down to the side. Now, whenever you have the battery disconnected, always take a towel and just put it right here on your trunk. So if anybody shuts it, it's not going to get accidentally locked. Now we're ready to install the JB4, so let's start with the T-map. Again, that is the rainbow patch, and basically what we need to do is we need to get to this sensor right here. The way that these work, there's this little tab. You first press the tab out, then you press the tab down, and then the connection will pop off, just like that. Then what I like to do is take the new connection and put the lower first because it's a little bit tight. Once again, you clip that into place, and then you slide this little piece of plastic up, and what that does is it locks it in place. Then we're going to take the other side of the connection, we're going to slide it in until it clicks, then you lock it in place. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do that exact same thing to the map sensor, which is right here, located by the charge pipe. So we'll press out that piece of plastic, and then what you can do is you can press it again and slide it off. If it ever gives you trouble, take a pick tool or a flathead screwdriver. There's a little tab in the front. So right here, if you lift that up, it's going to give you some clearance to clear this little notch, and it's going to slide right off. Then what you can do is you can take your other patch, and what we like to do, go under a couple of these rails here just to make sure that everything
is as clean as possible. Then you can take this connection, slide it on until you hear it click, and do the same thing on the other side.
Now what we're going to do is we're going to put some zip ties on these wires, make sure everything stays nice and neat. Over here, you're going to find a break in the weather stripping. So this is where you take the JB4 wire, and you just tuck it down and under. Just like that. We're gonna make that nice and neat. I wanna make sure that this is exactly where we want it first. All right, the last connection is where it's connected to the OBD2. Now, when you do this, this is very important. You wanna make sure that it's lined up the correct way. There's going to be a little notch and there's going to be a little tab. You have to make sure that they meet. If you accidentally do it upside down or sideways, it's not gonna work. So make sure that those meet just like that. And then we're gonna mount the JB4 just like this. There's a little crossbar right here. I like to zip tie it and make sure that nothing's gonna be moving around and it's nice and clean and out of sight. And once we put that panel, you'll never know it's installed. So once those are set up, take our zip ties, secure this in place. Now what I like to do is I like to use Gorilla sealant, and I like to make sure that this is nice and covered to make sure that there's gonna be no water that could ever get in here. So I like to fill the back, I'm gonna press it in place, and then I'm gonna put some silicone on the outside as well. At this point, everything is completely installed. Everything is nice, neat, zip tied and out of the way. So we can reinstall all these panels and we're done. Now when you're reinstalling this piece, what I like to do, I like to mount these here, is put the front in just like that, rock it down, and then press the JB4 until it hits this little piece of plastic. And that's gonna make sure that you have proper clearance for everything. Then we're gonna replace the motor cover. So again, there's these 3 little grommets, actually there's 4. Just line those up, and then just press them into place. Then what you can do is reinstall the plastics underneath here. Make sure that you plug back in your light and your speaker. Then reinstall those 2 10mm nuts. And here we can see I zip tied the excess wire from the OBD2 connection to make it nice, neat, and out of the way. Then you can reinstall the side trim, put your weather stripping back. Then reconnect the battery and you're done. And that is how quick and easy it is to add about 50 horsepower to a B48. Once again, my name is Brian. Thanks so much for watching Kies Motorsports. If you liked today's video, be sure to give us a thumbs up. If you're interested in a JB4 or other performance, aesthetics, or other retrofits for your BMWs, be sure to check us out at KiesMotorsports.com. Once again, my name is Brian. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.